I used to be the laziest person on earth. Like, I'm talking binge watching Netflix series with hot Cheeto crumbs in my bed, McDonald's on my nightstand lazy. And today, fast forward 2 years later, I am wrapping up a 2-week Euro summer tour, and all while traveling, I've still been able to make money. In the last 7 days, I made $41,000. So if you clicked on this video, it is because you are lazy like me, but you are also ambitious. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you how you can take your lazy girl era, or whatever the fuck you wanna call it, and make the most amount of money you've ever made in your life. We're going to kick it off with chapter number 1, which is the lie that you keep on telling yourself, which is identifying yourself as someone who is lazy. Growing up my whole life, my mom would always tell me how lazy I am. Despite all my extracurriculars that I did, despite being a straight A student, I would always be told, you are so smart, but you are so lazy. And I adopted that identity. I was like, holy shit, I'm very smart. However, I just don't apply myself because I'm so lazy. And allowing myself to hold on to that identity was the exact thing that was crippling me. So if you clicked on this video, I know for a fact that you also identify yourself as a lazy bum. And step number 1 is stop identifying yourself as that. Stop identifying yourself as somebody who is lazy. Stop identifying yourself as somebody who does not have discipline, because discipline, it's not a characteristic. Discipline, it's not a personality trait. Discipline is something that you show up with and you do each and every day. And the thing is, you literally get the opportunity to wake up every single day and rewrite your narrative. So I challenge you to wake up and be somebody who is going to be productive. Wake up and stop identifying yourself as somebody who is lazy. This is an idea pulled from Atomic Habits by James Clear. Your behavior stems from your identity. If you want to change your habits, you must first change how you view yourself. Rather than just laying there and wishing for a lot of money and putting together these elaborate vision boards and manifestations, identify yourself as someone who actually gets shit done. Even if you've never gotten shit done in the past, it doesn't matter, because your past does not serve you. What serves you is your future going forward. So if you decide today that you are a woman who gets shit done, tomorrow you will get shit done. Chapter number 2, ambition without action is merely a fantasy. The reason why people have dream cars, dream houses, dream lives is because they're not willing to wake the fuck up and do the work that is required of them to turn that dream into an actual goal. Having ambition and having desire and having wants in your life is all easy. But what is not easy is actually pairing your desire with the execution. And that is where the majority of the population fails, because rather than acting on something and executing or even trying something, they're too scared of the failure. So rather than going after it, they don't even start the race. They're too scared of losing the race, so then they never even take off and start running. Elon Musk said this: if something is important enough, you should still try. Even if there's a possibility of you failing, you should still try. As you are watching this video, do a little exercise with me. And I want you to ask yourself, what is something that you want to try? Maybe it's the fact that you want to make money online. Maybe it's the fact that you want to be a remote closer after watching my YouTube videos, which, if you are a girl, this is exactly what I recommend, especially if you don't have a lot of money to start with. But once you identify the thing it is that you want to try, right, I want you to put this in 2 case scenarios. And we're going to do best case scenario and we're going to do worst case scenario. So what is the worst possible thing that could happen if you do try to pursue whatever business model or whatever goal or whatever it is that you're looking to pursue? In terms of making money online and starting a business, the worst possible case scenario is that you are exactly where it is that you are right now. So congratulations, you have already fulfilled the worst case scenario. Now let's think about the best case scenario. The best case scenario is that whatever it is that you try, whatever business model it is that you try, it actually works, and now you're making money in another avenue that's going to push you closer to your goal. See, a lot of people think that the worst case scenario is that they try an online business and they end up failing and they end up losing money. You are going to lose that money regardless of if you put it towards this business that you wanted to pursue anyway. You are going to lose it in the bar. You are going to lose it spending on that designer bag that you probably should not afford or that you probably can't afford. You are going to lose the money anyway, and yet you lost it towards something that would never bring you a return. However, if you were to take that money and put it towards something, a business model or an idea that you actually wanted to pursue, and you ended up losing that money, well, guess what? It wasn't a loss. It was a lesson. You learned something, I'm sure. Now, the best case scenario. is that whatever it was that you tried ends up working, and it ends up going in your favor, and it ends up bringing you even closer to that dream life that you want so badly, but you're too lazy to go after it. Stop holding on to all of this ambition and desire, because it's never going to go anywhere if you do not actually pair it with action. You don't need 100% of motivation. Matter of fact, if you are only ever relying on motivation, you should quit while you're ahead. It's not cut out for you to make a lot of money. But what you do need is 1% growth every single day. What you do need is taking a step forward, at least one step forward every single day. And I promise you that one step forward that you take every day is going to outweigh the motivation that you're waiting for. Chapter number 3, tactical steps to overcoming your laziness and turning your ambition into action. Step number 1 is habit stacking. Rather than waiting on the willpower to do something new or try something new, use the things that you already do, such as the things that are already in your routine, to also implement the new thing. In simple terms, stack the new habit that you want to adopt with an old habit that's already part of your routine. For example, whenever I was going through a sales training, what I would do is I would have my morning coffee, and then I would also watch sales trainings at the same time, because watching the sales trainings was a new habit for me, but drinking my morning coffee wasn't. So I stacked the two on top of each other. So every time I had my morning coffee, I would reach for my laptop and start watching sales training. Step number 2 is to prime your environment. The reason why you are lazy is because your environment allows for you to be lazy. You want to make your environment so that it is set up in a way that allows you to be productive and proactive. Best way to do this is by eliminating friction. So whenever I was trying to eat healthier, what I did was I got rid of all of the junk food in my pantry, and this was really, really hard for me. I was a hot Cheeto girl, okay? And so what I did was I threw away the fucking hot munchies, and instead of hot munchies, I got a healthier alternative. So anytime that I wanted that savory, salty snack, rather than just completely depriving myself of it, I primed my environment so that I couldn't reach for it, and then I replaced it with something that would satisfy that craving still, but was a healthier alternative. Tip number 3, set your own damn deadlines. Now that we are grown human beings and we don't have teachers or parents to set deadlines for us, we have to set them ourselves. So if you have a goal of making $10,000 a month, set an artificial goal for yourself. Like, I am going to make $10,000 a month online in the next 90 days. And then give yourself 90 days and actually set a date to whatever the 90 days is from now to actually achieving that goal. Because anytime human beings have a deadline, we are more prone to doing the necessary things in order to achieving that deadline. You guys have probably all heard everybody say, we have the same 24 hours. And that is so true. We all have the same 24 hours, but we all have given ourselves different deadlines. So what is the deadline that you're setting for yourself? The next tactical tip is to borrow discipline from someone else until it becomes yours. Best way to do this is by joining a high discipline community. Whenever you are surrounded by other individuals who are also high level achievers, it will also push you to become a high level achiever. It will push you to become a high performer, even if that's not what you normally are. But because you see that all your peers are doing it and everybody else in that community is doing it, it's going to motivate you and give you the discipline to actually doing the things because other people are watching you now. Every single tip and every single chapter that I have given to you guys, I have learned it myself through experience. So learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to make the same ones. This was me before. I was 20 pounds more than I weigh right now. I was eating hot Cheetos literally every single day. I had Oreos with peanut butter after dinner. I would have girls' night outs and drink 3 times a week. And although in that photo I was making $10,000 a month, I still identified myself as somebody who was lazy but ambitious. So I was still making money, but I was still fat as shit and sad as shit. And it wasn't until I changed my language and I changed my habits that I started making the most amount of money that I've ever made and started becoming the most confident person I've ever become. But that change did not happen overnight. And I'm telling you right now, your change is also not going to happen overnight. So rather than being motivated by your progress, be disciplined and give yourself that 1% progress every single day. They say people don't change overnight, which is true to an extent. Because although you might look the same tomorrow, you can completely change who it is that you are, and you can completely change your behaviors if you decide to do so. So if you know you're lazy, stop claiming that identity. You're not lazy. Start building evidence that you are becoming the better version of you. But for all my girls watching this that are trying to learn how to make money online, know how to yap to a literal brick wall, and are also looking for a high performing community, I'm actually the founder of Her Last Call Sales Academy, where I teach women who know nothing about sales how to actually break into the world as remote closers. I'm going to leave the link down below so that you can book a call with my team so that we can see if we are the right fit and right community for you, or we will personally hold your hand and teach you step by step how to go from being lazy to go from being lit anywhere in the world. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. I don't care, but go out there and make more money.